First of all, welcome ONX. We're excited to have you here at our first interview, and we will talk about your journey in the techno scene, and I would say let's dive in.
Thank you so much for having me. I'm super excited to be here.
So we start with the first question. What inspired you to start DJing in the techno scene?
What I need to say first and foremost is the music. The energy of the music, the techno, I fell in love. And I fell in love in that energy of music combined with the crowd as well. And other than that, as I come from classical music and from sound design, I know the performance more from the linear side, meaning the musician is playing or the movie is being played and the audience is passively listening. In a situation of a rave, it's definitely interactive. You're constantly in that feedback loop between the DJ and the crowd, the ravers. So that spontaneous interactive momentum is just very magical. That inspired me a lot. Kind of also from the side of research for me as a musician, like this immersive space where it's all about music, crowd, and energy.
That's being together.
Exactly.
Nice. Very nice, thank you. The second question would be, which personalities inspire you the most? Like, who are your idols that particularly influenced your journey with music?
The people, the personality types would be the open-minded, strong-willed, passionate, and accepting people. And from our scene here, techno scene, I need to accentuate Andy Katz, who has been building and fighting for our techno scene here and building that inclusive scene where it's all about music and people. So what is actually the most important, music and people. And then on the musical side, I will have to be Gabriele Ganza, where when I heard him live for the first time, it kind of opened up the whole world of hardcore for me.
Nice.
And that's where I got completely, I fall in love with hardcore. Afterwards, it's Angerfist, for his dedication to music, for his musicianship, and for his productions. DJ Mad Dog for his productions and compositions. And that would have to be also Dr. Peacock for his innovative approach and his insane compositions and productions.
Yeah, very nice. And I saw that you already played with Anger Fist, so very nice.
Yes, I had the chance to play twice with him. It was an amazing experience. And now, in less than a month, I will be able to play with him again, 22nd of March.
Nice. How has the techno scene improved in terms of inclusivity, and what still needs to change or improve?
I think the techno scene has improved over the years, but since it also became more mainstream and open to bigger crowds, it brought also new challenges for the inclusivity. And I think in order to improve that, it's important for the labels and for the promoters to constantly question and consciously try to get diverse lineups and create that safe and comfortable atmosphere for everybody in their events and parties.
Very nice. Yeah, and it's also, I think it got harder as well, like with social media and stuff. I think there are also a lot of challenges, a lot of new stuff, a lot of parties that are here. I think in the past it was a little bit, it was tinier, the scene. And,
more underground,
yes.
Right? Yes.
But I think it's also nice. It's nice that we have so much inclusivity, but there can always be things improved, I think.
Definitely.
Always, like. Exactly, then thank you for sharing. Then the next question would be, have you ever experienced discrimination based on your gender, or like also with bookings or gigs? The scene, like with playing.
Mm-hmm. I think there was more discrimination than I know, but from what I've experienced, there were situations where I heard promoters say, "Oh, we already have a girl on the lineup." I mean, as if that was a quote, one girl per lineup. Or
Then they couldn't book you because there was already a girl.
Yeah, I think that situation was not directed on me, but I heard them talking about this,
Yes.
So that's a very special and sad thing for us. Then I have experienced some comments about, or maybe some mansplaining, how I should do the thing, saying that I should sell my femininity more. My reaction was like, well, maybe let me decide what my artistic focus should be, and not you telling me. So,
yeah, of course.
And then I think it happened also that. Well, it happened that I had a gig situation, and all the details about the gig, all the whole communication was being done with the male colleagues. I felt like it was not meant for me, even if I wanted to be part of this conversation and say
like planning and
exactly.
Stuff.
So it's my gig, I'm going to play, can I at least have some conversation about this? And I just felt like the promoter was not interested in talking to a woman. So that was a not very pleasant experience, and I think a little bit of a discrimination there.
Okay, thank you for sharing, very interesting. Next question is kind of the same, but like, or like in that whole area. What advice would you give female or FINTA DJs or people that are interested in starting? Because I think there are many challenges in the beginning, and it's hard to start for everyone, of course. Like, do you have some advice, because you're playing really often and you're like, I think your name is known now.
Thank you. Well, I don't have an advice, but what I would like to say is, stay true to yourself, to why you have started DJing, and that inner musicianship is just yours. So just focus on your own journey, and as per the stage for all of us together, there is a spot for everybody, meaning there is no place just for one queen, just for the one queen. No, there is a place for all of us, and only together we can make a change in the industry and have a voice and start making some progress in that direction, that it's easier for all of us.
That's nice. Yeah, and I think it's together to make together something great, not against each other.
Exactly. Like, there is no competition. Yes. Shouldn't be competition in music. Yeah.
Nice. I think you also a little answered it a little bit, but like, who are your which artist would you like to collaborate with? Or your dream artist?
Yeah, definitely those few I mentioned as my inspirations, but it would be a dream to collaborate with Angerfist and Dr. Peacock. Amazing.
Nice. And what is your most beautiful memory of a gig? Or funny, or like?
Yeah, I have few. So I'll start with my first gig. Just a few months after I just picked up the decks. That was Sihl. I played after Charlie Sparks, surrounded by the new crowd, new ravers, and also my friends, and I dropped there some new hardcore. For the first time I played some hardcore as well. It was a very magical moment. Then it was Street Parade, for sure. The magical, huge stage with electrifying crowd. That's just an insane energy right there.
A whole huge crowd.
Yes, that's a core memory for sure.
Very nice.
And then one very close to my heart would be when I brought my instrument, the flute, and I tried the concept with live instrument and the techno combined live at the rave. That's the one when I think I get very emotional about. Yeah.
Very nice. Yeah. Like a collaboration from classical music and techno.
Exactly. Yeah.
Very nice. And what is the craziest thing you've ever experienced at one of your gigs, or like the funniest, or like?
Yeah. I don't know, but there were a few funny situations, like at street parade, people jumping from the lanterns and then being chased by the security during the set. So that was funny to watch, also in the footage afterwards. Yeah, or there was another gig when people picked up some papers and they were writing either some messages like of adoration or telephone numbers. I got a few telephone numbers during the set. That was so funny. And and I think also the crazy one for me was when I was giving away the decks to Angerfist, and he told me afterwards, well, that track you just played, I actually wanted to start with this, and I felt like, okay, that's the sync in thought right there, and that's pretty crazy and magical to have this sync with the legend.
From an idol, right?
Exactly. So that was pretty fun and crazy.
Very nice. Thank you so much for sharing everything, all your experiences and your tips. And that was it. That was the interview.
Thank you so much for having me. I think it's great that you're pushing it and doing it, this new project. Thanks for having me.
Thank you.